Don't move.
Act a fool. I'm not acting a fool. Oh my
Well,
God.
you're showing your ass.
Ow! Ow! I'm not acting a fool.
On a rainy afternoon in Santa Rosa County, Florida, a deputy pulled over a vehicle for following too closely. What began as a routine warning ended in the arrest of a 19-year-old college student. The encounter begins cordially. Under Florida Statute Section 316-0895, following too closely is a non-criminal infraction. The deputy's opening conduct aligns with de-escalation best practices.
How's it going? You're just following that car in front of you a little close, that's all it is. Not a big deal, it's just raining, so you got to stay back with it. You got your license with you? You stay in Alabama or you stay over here? Okay. Did you have your ID on you by chance? You don't have it? What's your name? Huh? What's your last name? I'm just asking, I'm out with you guys, so. Well, you got the registration and insurance? Pull in this parking lot so we don't get hit by a car. You can look it up on your phone and I'll check back with you in a second, okay? You good?
I had a little piece of paper. It was an Allstate card, but it was
step back here for me. I don't like you jumping out of the car. You got any weapons on you? Alright, face that way. Can I pat your down for weapons real quick? Huh? You ain't got no weapons on you? You got a medical card? Huh? I smell a little bit of weed. It's not a huge deal, but I don't want you to lie to me.
There ain't no weed. I smell the weed.
Stand right here. You got anything on her?
I'll go ahead.
What's her last name? Tristan?
What happened?
Come back here. Take your hands out of your pocket for me.
What's going on?
You've been requested to get out of the vehicle. That's what's going on.
I just know what happened. Nobody told me what happened or why.
It'll be explained to you in just a few.
Yes, sir.
What's her last name? She's gonna get it or she's gonna go to jail. You don't even know who it is?
I know the last name.
That makes sense. Well, this is going to go about it. I'm going to make it as easy on y'all as it is, y'all make it on me. So you make it difficult on me, I promise you I ain't going to help you out. I'm fixing to. You have any ID on you at all? Okay, what's your last name? Yeah, I'm going to explain it to you once, and you refuse at that point, then you're going to go to jail, okay? The car smells like weed. He doesn't have a medical marijuana card, so I'm fixing to search the car.
But it's not mine.
It doesn't matter. So you can either provide your name or you can go to jail. It doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
What's your last name? What's your first name?
Got a handful of on there. You want to act? Don't move.
Act a fool. I'm not acting a fool. Oh my
Well,
God.
you're showing your ass.
Ow! I'm not acting a fool. I'm not acting a fool, bro. Can you please stop?
Relax.
Can you please stop me?
Nope. Not until you stop.
Please, I'm like, how y'all hurting? Like,
Yeah, well, that's not really the point, but you want to show your ass, so
I don't want to show my ass how hurting.
stop it.
Just grab me. No, like, I'll grab you. Like,
Are you done running your mouth? Because I'm done listening.
If you stop, please. If you please stop.
Events turn tactical when the passenger, Hannah, exits the vehicle on her own. Under Terry versus Ohio, officers may conduct a limited pat-down when they have reasonable suspicion the subject is armed. A passenger exiting unprompted contributes to that suspicion. The deputy states he smells marijuana. Under State versus Betts, the odor of cannabis has historically provided probable cause to search. In Baxter versus State in 2024, a Florida appellate court affirmed that this odor can still contribute to probable cause after hemp legalization. The deputy repeatedly asks for Hannah's last name. She refuses. Florida is a limited stop and identify jurisdiction under Section 901-1151. Once probable cause developed from the odor of cannabis, her refusal became legally significant. The situation escalates physically. When the deputy places his hands on Hannah, she pulls away and calls out for help. Officers take her to a controlled position. Under Graham versus Connor, reasonableness of force is judged from the perspective of a reasonable officer on the scene. Graham established 3 factors: severity of the crime, immediate threat to safety, and active resistance or flight. Here, the offense is low level. Hannah shows no weapon, no threat, no flight. Whether her tensing and pulling away rises to active resistance is the central question.
Have you ever been searched by female law enforcement before?
No.
Okay.
I'm just confused.
Well, I'm confused too, because when my partner over here is asking you for information and all of a sudden you start tensing up, pulling away from him, then we're going to take that as active listening.
He told me she had a 39.
Oh.
39.
Oh, so you have a warrant.
What's 39?
You have a warrant.
For what?
I don't know. We're about to find out.
That's why I went to put hands on you, and you decide you're going to act a fool, and you got jumped. I don't have to. No, I do not. You are being I don't know what your warrant is for, but you got a warrant. Yes, I can. And I did. I lawfully can.
Yep, we lawfully can detain you until we figure out what the warrant's for. So now you finna catch probably another charge. For obstruction.
Obstruction of what?
Showing your ass again.
Yes. What?
Yeah.
What's that?
For disorderly conduct. When was that? I don't know. You tell me. I don't know what
I don't know.
I don't either. Here.
Why?
Because we had to go hands-on with you.
Because I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Doesn't matter though. You let us do our job, and then you don't end up face down on the ground.
Well, I don't know what I'm being arrested for. I didn't even know that I had a warrant or nothing.
Well, okay, so you do. So until you
Now
know
I do.
what's
No,
going
now I
on,
do. Now I
because
do.
you know these handcuffs go on just as easy as they come off.
Yeah.
So she has no idea what that warrant is for.
No, I don't. I have no idea what I have a warrant. Nothing. I don't even know what that. Like, I don't even know what that charge is.
I don't know. It's a simple charge.
I didn't even know I had a warrant.
It wasn't worth all that.
Well, I didn't even know. That's the
What do
thing.
you
I've
want to
never
give your
been-
name
I
then?
don't ever get in trouble because this is weird. Like, I never get in trouble with nothing. So like, this is my first thing ever getting like.
I guess you did it right.
I'm in college. I'm in college, so like I don't know.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Okay. Well, I mean, you got to go to jail now. Even if you didn't have a warrant, you still
Why?
can't. What do you mean why?
Why? I don't.
Because you can't resist
But I didn't know.
police. Well, if he tells you to turn around, put your hands behind your back, we can detain you just on the plain smell of marijuana.
Hey. Just lean up against it, okay?
November?
Yeah, so 2 months, a month and a half ago. What'd you do?
The only other thing I can think of is whenever we were the cops were pulled up whenever I was living at Santa Villa on West Avenida.
Were you part of that fight with the dogs and all that?
I was the one that pulled the dog.
That
Remember?
makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, well, I don't understand why I got that. I don't understand why I got that though.
It came out as a 19, and apparently there's a bunch of dogs involved, and then you were chasing after a person, and somebody chased that.
No, I was just pulled off.
It was between you and Kayla?
Huh?
Kayla Hudson?
No.
Okay.
Me and Lauren, yes.
Lauren, okay.
I remember she was choking
Lauren
dogs,
Ballard.
and I pulled the dog off of her, and she came at me, and I came at her. But nobody had sworn on each other or nothing, or nobody hit anybody.
Okay.
So I don't get why I would be in trouble for that, though.
I don't know, dear. I wasn't there. I heard about it, but I wasn't there.
Hannah is handcuffed. A female officer arrives to conduct the search, following best practices for cross-gender searches. The deputy informs her an obstruction charge may be added under Florida Statute Section 8 Quattro Tres, Cero Dos. Dispatch returns an active warrant, a second-degree misdemeanor for disorderly conduct tied to a prior dispute over a dog. At this point, the encounter shifts to a mandatory arrest. The pre-existing warrant makes the arrest itself legally sound under Florida law. The tone shifts after cuffing. Hannah explains she is 19, a college student with no record. The officers respond with calmer communication, showing the measured approach that might have resolved the earlier moments without physical contact. While Hannah waits, the deputy engages the male subject, revealing he arrested this same individual in 2017. The deputy warns him about fentanyl contamination in the local drug supply, then releases him. This exchange shows an officer capable of real community policing. Under Florida Statute Section 77605, an officer may use force reasonably necessary to effect an arrest. Applying Graham here, the crime was minor, the threat minimal, and the resistance likely passive. Passive resistance typically warrants only soft, empty hand control on the use of force continuum. In Utah versus Strieff in 2016, the Supreme Court held that a pre-existing warrant can attenuate an unlawful stop. Even if the force were found unlawful, the warrant would likely shield the arrest from suppression. It does not insulate officers from civil liability for excessive force.
What's gonna happen? Like, I'm gonna just sit in jail for a few
It's
days?
probably it's a second-degree misdemeanor, disorderly conduct.
You have another misdemeanor now.
For what?
Obstruction.
So what, I'll probably
For
get
that.
probation or some shit?
You won't even probably get probation for something like that.
What happened?
You're going to jail now, and then you'll have a bond for. You should have a bond for both.
And then once you bond out, then you're good to go.
But what if I can't bond out? Like, I don't have money to...
You can hire a bondsman for 25%, but it's a minimum of $100, isn't it?
But I don't have my people's number. Like,
We'll give you your phone. You'll get,
yeah, I think my phone
you'll get your phone. You'll get contacts. Yeah.
because, like, my Wi-Fi is good.
Is that your phone on the hood? That was.
The one that,
Okay. All right. Is there any?
Not to crack it while you're pulling away from it.
I didn't know, though. Like, I didn't know.
Girl, why are you getting mixed up with this stuff? You got a Pace sweat softball hoodie on. Do you play softball for Pace? No.
No, it's one of my friends' cities, actually.
Okay. All right. Just hang tight.
No.
It's a trigger. Yes, it is. When somebody puts your hands on,
Huh?
when somebody puts their hands on you like that, like, yeah, it's a trigger for me. Yes, it is.
Huh?
Beaver looks good on you, boo-boo. Oh, thanks. Can I get my mom's number from his phone?
I'll ask him.
And can you go to my house and ask him to go to my house, please?
I'll ask him. One sec.
I just need my phone. I just need my phone, that's it.
Hey, Tristan.
There you go. You look great.
I just need my phone, that's it.
I got your phone.
You got my phone.
Hold on.
The problem?
Yeah, your phone's somewhere. I gotta find it really quick. One sec. Hey, where's our phone at, Neff? Can you grab really quick?
But you gotta stop this mess, man. What's your court coming up for?
I left the scene of an accident. I guess that's a mandatory court date.
Yeah, Florida Highway Patrol. I'm guessing.
I gotta drop my car off at the mechanic. That's what I should have did. It's messing up real bad. That's one of the reasons why I ain't left. My car's stuck.
Do you remember me? From arresting you back in like 2017? Back in the day when you were doing a bunch of shenanigans?
Oh yeah, I don't do that shit. Yeah, I just worry. That's it, man. I got a drug problem here and there, but I just worry.
What do you use?
I smoke weed. That's my go-to, you know.
I don't know how long you're back, but they're messing with fentanyl and everything else down here, and it's stupid.
I don't do fentanyl.
People don't know that they're doing fentanyl. That's the problem. They're mixing with all different sorts of shit. So, Nap, you good with him? You're good to get back in your car and get out of here, man. She got a phone in here somewhere.
Sure she does.
You hang out on a regular basis?
I just started hanging out with him for this kid.
Matches my out.
The deputy receives a C+. His initial approach was textbook, and his community policing work with the male subject was professional. However, his jump to a hands-on takedown over passive resistance was disproportionate. Verbal de-escalation with a controlled hold would have been more appropriate. The backup officer receives a B. She assisted appropriately, conducted the cross-gender search per best practices, and communicated with Hannah in a measured, informative manner throughout the post-arrest period. Hannah receives a C. Exiting the vehicle unprompted, refusing to identify, and pulling away all escalated the encounter. However, she never struck an officer, never attempted to flee, and stopped resisting once controlled. Her youth and clean record provide meaningful context. The driver receives a B+. He stayed in the vehicle, provided identification, answered honestly, and did not interfere. His compliance stands as a textbook example of how to protect yourself legally during a stop. Several lessons emerge from this encounter. First, during any traffic stop, stay in the vehicle and keep your hands visible unless directly instructed otherwise. Stepping out changes the entire tactical calculus for an officer. Second, when lawfully detained, provide your basic identifying information. Refusing to give your name rarely helps and almost always accelerates arrest. Third, never resist physically, even passively. Tensing up or pulling away can legally transform a detention into active resistance. The courtroom, not the roadside, is the place to fight an unlawful stop. Fourth, a single existing warrant can make any arrest legally sound regardless of what preceded it. So check your record and resolve any outstanding issues before they find you. Finally, for officers, matching force precisely to actual resistance level builds stronger cases, reduces civil exposure, and reflects the kind of professionalism that earns long-term public trust. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out our second channel, Street Bodycam, for even more police interaction and courtroom content.